Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Devontae, and I sacrificed my time so you don't have to. You know, it's funny. I just came to work not even an hour ago, and I get this notification on my phone, bruh. You know, someone just asked me earlier, Devontae, do you have to make videos about AEW every day? Now do you see why I make videos about AEW every day? They're always in the fucking news for something. Mind you, CM Punk ain't even there anymore. I just dropped the community post not even 30 minutes ago saying, whoa, does it speak to the leadership of Tony Khan? And then I get this fucking notification? Bruh, he's the worst boss of all time. I know people have agency in regards to who they are as human beings. They should be able to hold themselves responsible for their own actions. But goddamn, there has to be a situation where someone steps in order to intervene before they actually do the bad behavioral decision. Come on, bruh. Okay, Punk ain't there anymore, folks. He's not there anymore. What's the excuse now? Britt Baker suspended by AEW following backstage confrontation with MJF. See, I thought for a second that this was a work. And then I read it, and it's like, this is legitimate. This is actually fucking legitimate. At AEW Forbidden Door, Britt Baker made her surprising return to AEW television, marking her first appearance in September last year. Since then, she has been a main attraction on AEW television thanks to her feud with Mercedes Moné. But it appears AEW recently suspended her after a backstage confrontation with MJF. AEW has seen a lot of growing pains over the past few years, which mostly stems from the fact that the company has seen numerous backstage issues. Brawl Out 2022 was arguably the biggest one, but other issues plagued the company apart from that as well. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Britt Baker was suspended for 1 or 2 weeks and fined by AEW's disciplinary committee. Those specifics have been kept confidential. The situation began backstage at the July 17th Dynamite, where Baker allegedly made comments about MJF and Alicia Atout, MJF's girlfriend, heard the remarks, Alicia, and relayed them to MJF, who then confronted Baker. This led to an HR investigation on July 24th, with the disciplinary committee recommending the suspension. It's unclear if Tony Khan was directly involved, but efforts to keep the matter discreet were made. The issue seemed to stem from unresolved past problems, and those consulted were generally sympathetic towards Baker. This is certainly shocking news concerning Britt Baker and MJF, as there were no perceived problems between the two except for part of storylines over the years. Regardless, we certainly hope the issue has been resolved and MJF and Baker do not have further problems in the future. Bruh, I swear to God, I don't give a shit about the disciplinary committee or any of that nonsense, bro. I thought you guys had like a meeting to get all your little frustrations out and actually decided that this wasn't gonna happen anymore, period, bruh. Now you have Britt Baker over here starting shit. I don't give a fuck what they say about, oh, well, it seems to be that people are sympathetic towards Britt Baker. Get the fuck out of here, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they're sympathetic towards Britt Baker because of all the things that she had to go through. And by the way, best of luck to her as far as her medical needs are considered or whatnot. I'm pretty sure it has more to do with outside fixtures versus them actually getting upset with her and MJF. Bullshit, bruh. How much you want to bet? Is it a situation where they got caught off guard because MJF is playing a heel and maybe he took some shots at Britt Baker that she didn't like, or whatever the case may be? I'm not even understanding the correlation between all this, because I could have sworn, and I could be wrong about this, MJF and Adam Cole are legitimately, what you see on the television screen and all that stuff, they're legitimately good friends. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did see a report that apparently Adam Cole is moving back up to Pennsylvania by himself. Now, I'm not sure this has anything to do, because people are speculating whether or not him and Britt Baker broke up. I'm not sure. I mean, I know Britt Baker is from Pennsylvania, right? So I'm not sure about that. Although I do find it peculiar that MJF and Adam Cole legitimately are very good friends in real life. You see pictures of them on social media and shit like that, even outside of the fact that they were feuding. This is after the fact, right? Even after, you know, MJF kicked them in the nuts and everything like that. They're very good friends in real life. I find it very hard and I find it very peculiar that MJF would just purposely go out of his way to bury Britt Baker for the sake of burying Britt Baker. How much you want to bet MJF probably says something in a promo and maybe he says something that she found offensive, even though he's clearly in fucking character. She took it out of context and now she's using that as a way to weaponize against MJF. From my understanding, looking at this right here, she went after Alicia Atal and she went after MJF. Alicia heard it and then she told MJF because she's talking shit about you guys, and then MJF confronted her because you're talking shit behind their backs. Now, like I said, if there's more stuff that's gonna come out, I'll recant these statements if shit legitimately happened backstage that Britt Baker wasn't too kind to. But again, I'm gonna bring up the fact, just looking at the context here, that MJF is good friends with Adam Cole. I find it very, very fucking weird that MJF would just outwardly for no reason attack Britt Baker on purpose for no reason whatsoever. Something tells me she got butthurt, she took what they said, and then she ran with it, held a grudge this entire time, and she let all her feelings out backstage, just like she did with Thunder Rosa, bruh. Do you see the underlying denominator here? I think it's Britt Baker. And you guys are saying to yourself right now that, oh, well, the situation with her and Sasha Banks, nothing's gonna happen as time goes on. Maybe if they both have huge fucking egos, I don't know, but it kind of seems like that Britt Baker has a bit of a fucking attitude problem. I could be wrong about this, but looking at the context, looking at how everything else is following from a pattern structure, it seems like Britt Baker has a huge fucking attitude problem. So how does this get restored? Just suspending them? How about Tony puts his foot down, actually mediates the situation? Don't just suspend for 1 or 2 weeks. I get it. All in is coming soon, right? But maybe Britt Baker should, after, obviously she's going to lose the match. When she's done losing the match, how about you get her as far away as humanly possible from the championship belt, huh? How about you actually demote her to ROH? How about you give legitimate fucking consequences to avoid a situation happening like this again? Now, if it's a situation stemming from MJF, which it doesn't really seem like it is, it seems like that MJF was most likely just, sticking up for his girlfriend. Maybe MJF, in my opinion, should be told that, hey, my guy, you're a top guy. Top guys should not be performing this way. I get it. You're young. You're a kid still. You're not even fucking 30. But check it out, buddy. You and this whole bidding war in 2024, I would think that you would have the logical... call me crazy. You're more mature for what your age actually suggests, right? I would think you would have the mental cognitive ability to recognize that top guys don't really act this way. In the sense that, you don't go to girls, confront them, even if you're defending your girlfriend. That's between your girl and her. And if anything, you should take the leadership skills to go talk to Tony Khan and resolve the situation without having to confront Britt Baker face to face. Well, I would think that'd be the fucking situation right there, right? But no, instead, you take what Britt Baker said like it's a fucking high school, and then you go run up to the girl's face and say, yada, 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 this, yada, 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 that. Who's that preventing? Who is that helping? What is that helping? Can you tell me? What is that resolving? Britt Baker is still pissed. You gave her more reason to hate you and your girlfriend even further. Nothing was resolved. You hate her more now, and now she's suspended. It makes no sense to me. Like I said, no matter what you say as far as further details coming out to paint which party was more in the wrong than the other, I tend to believe, just looking once again, mentioning this word, looking at context, it kind of seems like MJF was just defending his girl and Britt Baker was butthurt over past, remarks made most likely on the shoot or something like that, because that's just the kind of guy MJF is. And I don't see any reason to believe he would just go out of his way to shoot on her backstage when he's good friends with Adam Cole. Not to mention, still very curious as to what's going on with Adam Cole and Britt Baker. I already talked about this. I don't give a shit about relationships, but at least talking about this situation in correlation to it, I would like to know the situation more further with Britt Baker and Adam Cole to know if anything regarding their relationship had anything to do with MJF in this situation right here, playing out the way that it is, because I can't see Adam Cole just outright sitting there and letting MJF talk shit about his girlfriend directly in his face, nor can I see MJF doing that to Adam Cole right in front of his face, especially when Adam Cole is known as one of the nicest guys in professional wrestling, which is a stark contrast from Britt Baker apparently, because she seems like a complete bitch. It's crazy, but overall though, I think the main point comes to all this as far as contention is considered, and that's why is Tony Khan not doing anything to alleviate any of these situations or these actions. It's more than just taking someone and disciplining them. Anybody can discipline somebody. How do you rectify the situation? How do you fix the situation? What do you do? What did you do to prevent any of this? What fucking borders or fixtures that you put in place in order to make sure none of this stuff was not going to happen? What incentives did you say were not going to, be given to the person or taken away from the person or given to the person for not doing this, for this situation to occur? There's so many things that I can look at this and I can say to myself that, God, he is such a terrible fucking boss. And people are going to be like, Devontae, you're distracted from the situation. You should focus on MJF and Britt Baker. No, I can do two things at once. I can look at the child as being disciplined, but at the same time, I still have questions as to how the hell was the child allowed to be as disruptive as they were in school. You get what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? You can, one, look at the child and you can say to yourself, like, oh, I'm happy you're being reprimanded right now, but why were you even allowed? What made you think? What gave you the idea to think that that behavior was acceptable to even do to begin with? And it always comes right back to home. Always comes right back to home. What did you do to discipline the child? What did you do in order to circumvent the situation or the issue? Absolutely nothing. So therefore, you're gonna get the fucking blame. You're absolutely gonna get the. These guys are gonna get the blame also. These guys are gonna be the focus also, but you're gonna get the majority of the blame. You want to be booker? You want to be promoter? Well, it's more than this than just booking matches and do whatever the fuck you want to do as far as booking your fantasy. But it's more than that. It's more than that. And like I said, does this lean more credence also to CM Punk's claims? Seems like I see him in WWE and he's being the best of himself that I've seen in a couple of years. Versus when he was in AEW surrounded by a bunch of dumb fucks and a guy who claims to be a fucking leader, a guy who claims to be a boss. Oh, it's just the title that he actually wants to claim, but never the responsibilities. Am I right? Two parties, it always takes two to tango. It always takes two to tango. And I ain't talking about Britt Baker and MJF. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I just seen this and I just shook my head, bro. This shit is still ongoing in AEW. Every fucking time you look around, this company is doing something. Every fucking time. It never stops. Every single fucking time. And it's always the most ridiculous bullshit. In 2024, this isn't even the territory situation where you can have an excuse where no one is looking, so who gives a fuck? You know all eyes are on you on a consistent basis. And yet you pull some shit like this. And yet your boss does nothing. Your boss does nothing. Literally nothing. Fuck, you got more shoot fights happening within the roster than the roster showing up on television. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. Fucking ridiculous. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. My name is Devontae. I gotta get back to work. Deuces, P. Eyes.